Is Bitcoin about to roll over, or is this just the dip before the next leg higher? And this one coin has pumped over 5,000% in a month, but where will it go next? This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Okay, you guys, I've been waiting for an hour and a half to start this video because of this candle going on right here. I thought this would happen, I just didn't know, so I was waiting for it to play out, but this is not looking amazing. This is pretty much what I expected would happen, where we took out these highs. There was actually like $18 billion in liquidations right here at $67,000. So we went up, and then of course we wicked above it, and then we came back down. Now I want to show you exactly how I knew this would happen, or I thought there was a pretty good chance that this would happen. So what happened was 9:30 a.m. on the dot, which is when New York opens. You can see here there was just a massive pump straight out the gate. It went from 65.8 all the way up to almost $68,000 in the matter of half an hour. So why did I think that this was not sustainable? Well, one, it was just very odd that was happening. But if we come over here to Velo Data, which is a free tool you can use, and it's pretty amazing, you have all this different data on here, which you can look at. And so I've set it up here where I have these different charts down here, which show you spot volume. And it's really good to show spot volume on Coinbase, which is this blue line here, because Coinbase is the biggest American, custodian of all of the Bitcoin for Americans. And so what happens is this is a big indicator of where the market is going to go, because every morning, if there's a spike at New York Open at 9:30 a.m., it's potentially a exit pump where it is then going to dump. And so we've seen this happen before. And so this is spot volume across all different exchanges here, this orangish one. This blue one here is for just Coinbase. And so what happened here was that in the past couple of days, we saw here this, open at 9:30 a.m. spot volume came up here, and then it sold off slowly. And so what this means is the price was still going up, yet the spot was selling off. And so what that means is over the past couple of days, perps, futures were having the price go up. So what that means is a lot of open interest was rising on futures while the American institutions on Coinbase were selling their spot coins. And for price to go up in a healthy way, a spot needs to be buying, not selling. And so what happens is the spot people buy the price, futures then joins, and then the spot people sell. But if the futures keeps going up, then eventually it becomes a lot easier for spot to just dump a lot more, and then the futures also dumps with it. And that's exactly what happened here today. So we saw this morning, this little blue line dipped up, or it came back up and then it dipped. It was Coinbase and other institutions buying a heavy amount. So we can see Coinbase, spiked up here, and then all the other exchanges combined also spiked up here. So we had such a huge spike this morning in spot buying. And what that did is, if you see this right here, aggregated open interest, that's all of futures trading. And so you can see here, as this happened and this dumped, open interest plummeted because everyone got liquidated. So if you were shorting here, you probably got liquidated up here, which is what they were targeting. And then if you were longing from here, you're now also liquidated because it came all the way back down here. And so that's why this open interest candle is, a big red candle, because everyone got screwed over both ways. And so that's actually what I was expecting come this morning, because there's just been a huge amount of leverage. And the reason I know that is because we had this guy, the crypto man, show this chart of Bitcoin open interest on all exchanges. And every time open interest hits all-time highs, look what happens. So this is the open interest as green. So it came up here and then dumped back in June, came up here back in July, dumped again to early August, came up here again, dumped back down. And then right now we are also, at these huge levels of open interest. So usually when open interest gets to an all-time high, it's futures that are, way overexposed, and there's going to be some kind of correction. And that's what I thought might happen here. So we've just wiped out both sides. You can see this is the expansion candle I talk about, where we have this candle that broke out. And if it is bullish, it shouldn't come back down. But you can see in just the next half an hour, this candle came back down and broke it already, has taken out these stops. and it will probably come down and take out these stops as well. I could see us coming back down to $60,000 to $59,000. So that was a rough morning, and I was watching that for the past hour to see that would happen. This is not generally very bullish PA, and this is kind of like what I was talking about before, where we have this sideways price action. We get a huge spike up and then a dump down. This is what I've been talking about the past past week or so, and this is this playing out to a T right now. So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna stop here. I would be really surprised if we just stopped here and reversed all the way back up. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're probably, I mean, look at this candle. This is insane. Huge wick above, took everyone stops out and is now probably gonna head back down. My guess would be down here to 59,000 at least. And then maybe we can reclaim, or maybe we go a little bit lower. I'm not too sure exactly right now, but it doesn't look amazing. And I could see us coming down here to 60 to 59,000 for sure. But that is what's been happening on Bitcoin right now. That is very sad. What we want to see is, if this candle was a real candle and it came up, we would want to see it come and reclaim this and then just, hover above this blue box. What it was doing, it was hovering inside the blue box, which means it didn't reclaim this level here. A reclaim would be coming above and then doing that. Instead, it was at the level, which means that it's facing resistance and is likely to go down. And so that's what, tricked a lot of people this morning, where they thought, okay, great, we're finally breaking out. Now's the time. But it was just a bit of a bull trap. So that is that's Bitcoin, unfortunately, right now. Moving on, we have Solana's total value lock has surpassed $6.1 billion, setting new multiple records. Now, Solana and the rest of the market is not doing really great right now in terms of price, but in terms of total value lock, Solana is doing pretty well. In October, the TVL of Solana has hit a new high, surpassing $6.1 billion, the highest level since January 2022, years ago now. And as a result, alongside the record-breaking TVL, DeFi Llama shows that on October 15th, over 40 million Solana tokens are locked in DeFi protocols, and that has been steadily rising, which is amazing for long-term prices. Obviously not short-term prices right now, but long-term, the more tokens that are locked in these DeFi protocols, the better it is for price stability and the overall ecosystem. And of course, what's been driving this is, meme coins, meme coin DEX trading. And Radium, which is a decentralized exchange on Solana, has been the major contributor of this TVL, exceeding $6.1 billion. And since the start of October, Solana's TVL has increased by $1 billion, with Radium alone accounting for $600 million of that growth. So as, meme coin trading becomes more popular, people are, staking more Solana tokens, and they're becoming liquidity providers on Radium and Jupiter and all these other exchanges, because, if you put money into the infrastructure that facilitates the trading of these meme coins, it's always a good bet. I love infrastructure plays, so I love Radium, Jupiter, Solana as well, because all the trading of meme coins has to happen on these different, infrastructure platforms. So that's always great. So Solana, this is not a bullish candle. You see this candle is wicked right up, took out stops here, right into resistance here, and is now coming back down. This is not a very bullish candle. I could see us now coming back down here to at least $132. When you have this huge momentum up, it's probably going to break a couple of these support levels here and probably come back down. The way I like to think about it too, and like visually, is imagine like you're in a karate class and you have like stack of bricks right there, and those stack of bricks are these support levels. In order to break through multiple, bricks or support levels, you have to raise your hand up really high and use gravity to like karate chop it down and use the force and break through those support levels. So that's kind of how I imagine it, where we have this huge pump up, which, generates a lot of liquidity, and it's more momentum for gravity to help break through these different levels here. So as we come up and we're like taking out all these stops and we're running liquidity, and we're trapping a bunch of people who are in longs, and then it just dumps back down, it's able to then break through these bigger levels of support here. And I imagine we probably come back down here to 132 in the next day or so, or at least, at bare minimum, we're coming down here to 148. So we'll have to see as time goes on, but this is not a very bullish candle here, on this the 4-hour chart. So Moving on, we have the coin of the month, Neiro coin, which has pumped over 5,540% in the last 30 days. Definitely going to need a cool off. So this is another meme coin. Neiro was among the top gems in the past 30 days, which rallied over 5,000%, jumping from 0.000039 to 0.002, a 52x in just a month. These are the kind of rallies that if you can get into them, it's amazing, but very hard to catch. Now Neiro is cooling off, and this guy's chart actually looks very similar to the chart I've set up. And so he could see us cooling off to the 23.6 Fibonacci level. I don't use Fibonacci levels, but it pretty much lines up exactly where I would chart this. So if we go off to look at Neiro, very similar structure as well. We have the consolidation, the pump up, and then the dip. And so that's what's happening right now. I could see us coming through, breaking this level of support as well, coming down to this major level of support. And this is where I would potentially go long again if you're looking to long this at 0.00125. Or if we do come back inside the range, which is not as bullish, we want to hold above this range here, and then we take off. But if it does come down here, it's probably going to come back down here as well. And this is where you would then want to take that long as well, which is this one right here. We'll have to see at the time. You don't want to catch a falling knife. But I think doing a 52x in a month, this definitely needs to cool off. And if Bitcoin is going to keep dumping down, as it might, going down to 59K, I could see this coming back down here into this range as well, from 0.001 to 0.00125. So Neiro is one of those coins where, it did really well, but I think it's time to cool off, and there's going to be rotation back into other meme coins as well. So moving on, we have the XDEFI token is moving to Control, and the migration is coming soon. Now, the Control wallet is a leading Web3 self-custody wallet, which supports over 2,100 blockchains, crypto, and NFTs, and it empowers DeFi users via its robust features, intuitive interface, and multi-chain capabilities. Now, previously, they were the XDEFI wallet, but that was kind of limiting with just being DeFi. So they're rebranding to Control Wallet, and their token will be migrating soon as well on October 17th. And so we come back here to this article. We've talked about Control Wallet a lot, and they're a great wallet. But now they have their Control Wallet beta extension, which is live, and the migration portal will go live on October 17th. And when it does, you can migrate your XDEFI tokens to Control, and the entire process will be gas-free until December 31st, which is amazing. And furthermore, the Control ETH pool will be created on Uniswap, and Control's market maker will then help keep price consistent between XDEFI and Control, so you can have a smooth migration process. And that's also when the XDEFI staking rewards will end as well. The next major dates are October 22nd, and that's when exchanges like KuCoin, Gate.io, and Huobi will stop trading in deposits, and the trading on exchanges will then begin again on October 23rd. Now, if you do hold XDEFI on any of these platforms, there's no need to do any action. The migration will be handled automatically. But if you do hold it on a wallet, there is a process to migrate it here. And I'll actually leave this link down below so you can see how to do it on our website. Pretty simple migration process. So if you do have it in a self-custody wallet, then you can just do it pretty easily. But if it's on exchange, no need to worry about that. It'll just handle itself. So yeah, make sure to check out Control Wallet with the link down below, and let's move on. Ubisoft has launched its first Web3 game on Oasys. Now, Ubisoft, the huge gaming franchise, which is known for Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and other huge popular titles in Web2, is launching their first Web3 game called Champion Tactics Grimoire Chronicles on October 23rd. Now, the tactical RPG will use the Oasys blockchain, which is designed to enhance gaming experiences and give players true ownership of their in-game items. Now, in Champion Tactics, players can choose from 75,000 unique digital champions to create their dream team, and one exciting feature is their forge system, which allows players to create their own custom new champions. Now, the thing about this is I saw this and it seemed really cool because I looked at this, this trailer right here. It reminds me of the pieces like from like those tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons or some of those other tabletop games where you have these little pieces, but here it's like animated and it's a full-on like actual game, and it's made by Ubisoft, which is pretty amazing. So hopefully big things are coming from this soon. Grimoire Chronicles looking pretty sweet. We've had a lot of gaming news recently, so hopefully something comes from this pretty soon. Yeah, so that's it for the video today, guys. We have Bitcoin not looking amazing, but we'll come back, I'm sure, by the end of the month. But this is kind of that last little dump I was expecting this week, and potentially by the end of the month we'll have October and we can continue going up to 100K. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow.